Think you're too old to start a digital product business? Well, let me tell you, I first got going when I was around 60 years old and I had a big success, and I'm going to tell you about it right now. But the point is, I started later in life and so can you. I don't want you to think like you've missed the boat, it's too late, younger people are getting all the attention. Forget all that. Let's concentrate on what you can do because you have skills, experience, and things that people want to learn from you, especially when we're older because we have so much that we've done, learned, and can tell other people about. And the thing is, the things you know, the things I know, other people want to pay us for. It's hard to believe sometimes, but people will gladly pay you for your knowledge. It's incredible. Anyway, let me dive in here and show you my very first successful product here. Just switching my screen there. So I am into books. I'm in the publishing business. I'm into puzzles. Fun, let's go do the crosswords and all that stuff. So what I did was eventually I realized, well, I like to make these things. And I was on Amazon getting puzzle books, for me to buy to do puzzles. And I realized I can make books like this as well. And that's what I started doing. And then I wrote some software here that actually makes the books for you. Very quick, click a couple of things and it takes a few seconds and you've got an entire book of puzzles. Now, I'm not saying you have to know software, of course. That's my world. You know your stuff, all right? Whatever your stuff is, whatever your specialty is, people want to know about it. But I just wanted to show my success here to give you a little motivation, okay? So this is the sales page that I had put together and I did everything myself. So I taught myself the whole shebang from making the product to how to put it for sale, how to list it, how to make the sales pages, all of that. Bit of work that I did, but the payoff was so worth it. So let's go in here. I'm just scrolling down the sales page. This is all I want you to see. And the point I'm going to show here is that I tested what I do to make sure it works. So that's an important thing when you're making products is to just don't throw stuff out there because you think it's going to work. You better go and make sure it works before people start buying this from you, or you're going to have very unhappy customers and you're going to get refunds. Anyway, so a proven sustainable online business. Well, yeah, because at the time I was doing this, I was seeing other people on Amazon making entire incomes off selling puzzle books. So I knew it was there. And I just used that headline, little catchy headline. You got to be a little marketing-like, a little salesy, you know what I mean? Get some people excited about this thing. And there's nothing fancy about my sales pages at all, I just told my story. I've been struggling for years to make money online. I tried blogging, I tried this, e-commerce, all that stuff. But then, I hit my success of this. I showed some proof, okay? So this is real results I got from selling puzzle books I created. And there they are, And by the way, also let's take into perspective that, for me, there is some level of money that feels a success to me. For you, there's some level. For others, it's way up there. And for yet other people, they're happy to make $10 a day or even just $10 at one time. I mean, everybody has got their different idea of what success means, and we can't apply one idea of success to everybody. So when I see things here, like I made $800, $1,300, for me, that sounds pretty good. For other people, it's life-changing money. So you may look at $1,000 and think, yeah, that's pretty good. Or you might think that's not that much. Or you might think, whoa, that's incredible. But it's just good to show people what can happen. Even if you found out a way to make just $10, like I said, people want to know about that. Okay, so just scrolling down here, I don't really have a lot to show here. Charge $37 for this, and it has a funnel. So that's where once you purchase this first product, you'll be shown an additional product that's related to this. Is actually just more of this product with the some extra features that aren't in the base product, and you can pay more for these extra features. I'm not going to show you the upsell right now. I think you know what that's about. And I showed examples of these puzzles that come out of my software, and no joke, click out. Here's 100 pages of puzzles. And, got a problem solved. And I don't really have a lot to show here. And then I got the cute box. I learned how to make boxes. That's another thing I taught myself. How do you make these pretty boxes? Well, I learned. Okay, so everything you're seeing here, I went through the trials of trying this stuff out. and I was successful. So how successful was I? This product has now sold around $300,000. All right, let's get that in some perspective. When I released this, I thought I was going to make, $500 or something. I don't know. I'm charging $37. Or when it first came out, I think it was 27, and the upsell was 37. It's a while ago. I got those brain cells that don't always remember everything anymore. But I didn't expect this to be big. No, I thought this is so specialized. It's not even about publishing. It's about puzzle book publishing. And I thought I'd get some really, in this niche, people who really wanted to learn this thing. So I was anticipating maybe I'd get 50 sales. I didn't even really think. I was still at a full-time job. I just thought anything I get with this would be great. And because I used affiliates, all right, so that's another thing. When you're starting out, you need a way to get people to your sales page. My method was to ask people to sell this for me. I give them 50% of the money. Works out fine, because what happened? Well, how can I put this? The first day sold like $10,000 worth of this product. The second day, the third day, I'm talking about 11,000, 12,000 day after day after day. And on the 36th day after this went on sale, sales crossed $100,000 and just kept going. All right. Like I told you, this is now over $300,000. Of course, it's died down since then. I still get the sale now and then, but for a long, long time, this was the only software making puzzles. I've had a lot of copycats come out after me. Sure enough, I kind of blazed the path here for puzzle making software. Other people have jumped in now, and now the competition is all around me. So, what I do for me? I just go to the next thing. What else can I conquer out there? What new niche? What new exciting thing that's just taking off that I can go learn, teach myself about, which is what I did here pretty much, and make a product around that. So I don't stay stuck with one thing. I mean, here's another piece of advice. I don't stay stuck with just one thing and depend on that forever. I release more products. I do have a digital product empire going on, you might say. I've been doing this for a number of years now. And, really, it's been life-changing. I left my full-time job. Whoa, isn't that great? Anyway, that's what I wanted to show you here. But my point is, and let me get back to just talking to you. I'm playing around with some new recording software here, so I'm getting used to it, by the way. And if you're curious, it's called OBS Studio. It's free, and here I am. So here's the thing. If you're like me, you probably spent a good amount of your life in a full-time job that you didn't like, or you tried to trick yourself into thinking you liked it, or maybe you just loved it anyway, but it gets time to move on. And I knew when I was at full-time job, I knew the younger people were kind of like, well, there's an older guy, he shouldn't be there anymore. And yeah, I didn't want to be there anymore either. So my point to you is it's never too late to start. It is never ever too late to start. Now, I started when I was around 60, but I have customers now who are starting in their 70s and 80s and getting into this kind of stuff. And there's my message for you. Don't think it's too late. Don't think you're too old. Don't think you don't know enough, because you do know plenty. That's all I wanted to say about this for today. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to my channel and like this video, because I want to keep making these for you. Okay, thank you. Take care.